Ia maolo ingoa o masala ele vau te whai ono. O te malanga mai Samoa, o leo te amo i New Zealand. Ia o leo mawalanga no i lo granddaughter. E whai whaisinta mai whawhiwhia nei tu la fia. Toi foi ia toi foi le astaria ia me se foi. E tuangani nei ma te olua ia. Whai au whamanianga mo mātou. Whamangaro mai mātou nei po. Te mito e foi ia tu whana. Ia pui pui mai lungo le ala. O te whenei. Te talanga le alo whatele ma whamao ni lungo te mai na. Ia sai fua. Shiu!
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Oa'u o le tene Samoa.
I guess in the world that we live in today, everyone has their own opinion. From a cultural perspective, I feel like we use the term traditional quite lightly. My tradition now is not what the tradition was in my parents' time or my grandparents. And it's not to say it's a good or bad thing, it's just the way it is. And with culture, I believe it's a fluid thing. It's not something that's static and stays the same throughout. Constantly changing, or more so transforming. Our foundations stay the same. And so I think one common Samoan saying that I think of when you ask me that question, traditional versus contemporary, I think of e sui whainga e tū mau whāwai. The ways in which we do things change, but the foundations stay the same. And so it's the same thing with Siva, my experience in Siva, how I was taught, that was laid down for me. And I think it's until you acknowledge the foundations, then you're able to allow yourself to, experiment with movement. And so I, like you, like someone like Adele, and the work that you do, particularly with these episodes, a lot of people are going to have their opinions just because they have that fixed definition. But I don't, that's probably not my take on what it is. And it's a beautiful thing to see our Siva evolve constantly. So yeah, it's a great thing. It's telling us that our culture is alive. It's not something that's from the archives. So yeah.